Fertilization. The female sex cell is much larger than the male sex cell. It's approximately 40 times larger. Here's a fun fact. The female sex cell is the largest cell in the female body. And, interestingly, the smallest cell in the male body is the male sex cell. The male sex cell swims towards the female sex cell. Together, they produce a fertilized cell. This process takes about 24 hours. This part of the human life cycle is the prenatal stage. Prenatal development. The prenatal stage refers to the time from fertilization to birth. In humans, this stage lasts on average 9 months or 40 weeks. As we look at how a baby develops, you may want to have a ruler at hand. This will help you to see the size of the baby at each stage of development. The fertilized cell is only the size of a pinhead. It begins to divide, doubling each time to form an embryo. At 4 weeks, the embryo is the size of an apple seed. The brain is already starting to form. At 6 weeks, the embryo is the size of a pea, but already the heart is beating and its head, body, legs and arms are formed. At 9 weeks, the embryo is so developed that we start to call it a fetus. It is now the size of a raspberry. It weighs about 2 grams and is approximately 2.3 centimeters in length. At 16 weeks, the fetus weighs 100 grams. If you're wondering how heavy this is, then it's about the weight of 4 slices of bread. The fetus is the size of an orange and about 12 centimeters long. The fetus's limbs and joints are now fully formed. At 39 weeks, the fetus is the size of a pumpkin and is ready to make its debut. Fully grown, the fetus is close to 50 centimeters long, and on average, it weighs about 3.5 kilograms. Although nowadays we use metric measurements for weight, traditionally, a baby's weight at birth is recorded in imperial measurements. The average weight of a newborn baby would be about 7 pounds 8 ounces, which is equivalent to 3.5 kilograms. When the baby is born, he or she will be so exhausted that they'll usually sleep for the next 8 hours. Infancy. Infancy is the stage from birth to approximately 3 years old. An infant undergoes enormous changes as it moves from being a baby to being a toddler. At birth, the brain of a baby is much smaller than an adult's brain, only about a quarter of the size. In the first few weeks after birth, newborn babies are getting used to the world around them. At first, babies can only see what is 8 to 10 centimeters in front of them. But as the weeks go by, this distance increases and they can see things further away. Newborn babies have soft spots on their head where the bone in their skulls have not yet joined together. These are known as fontanelles. Most newborn babies cry loudly. This is their way of telling the people around them that they need attention. By about 3 to 4 months old, most babies are beginning to develop enough neck strength to support their heads. They also begin to use their arms to lift their head and upper body when they're lying on their tummies. All babies develop at different rates, but at about 6 months, many babies are keen to get moving. They begin to crawl using their hands and knees or hands and feet. Some babies will start to walk after 9 or 10 months, although others will continue to crawl, and many not walk till much later. In their first year, Babies do a lot of growing. At 1 year old, most babies will have grown by about 50%. That might mean they're about 25 centimeters longer than they were when they were first born. Their brain is now 60% of its adult size. At this age, babies are no longer helpless. They're much more independent. Most 1-year-olds can sit by themselves. Many will be crawling and even walking. Most 1-year-old infants can begin to grasp toys, turn the pages of books, and use their fingers to guide food into their mouths. At 1 year old, many infants will be starting to make sounds and may try to copy words that they hear around them. At 2 years old, a baby officially becomes a toddler and will be eager to explore everything in the world around them. Most toddlers are beginning to say words more clearly and may begin to put 2 or 3 words together to form a simple sentence. By the time a child reaches 3 years of age, their brain is almost as large as an adult's brain. Most infants are very active. They're growing rapidly and becoming stronger all the time. They're also becoming more skillful at walking and using objects, such as cutlery and toys. At this time, many infants become very social and like to mix with other children. They begin to learn to share and play with one another. Childhood. Childhood lasts from 4 years to about 11 or 12 years. A child will often grow rapidly during this stage, becoming taller, stronger, and more coordinated. Not everyone grows and changes at the same rate, and all children look different. Connections in the brain are also developing very quickly. This is an important time for learning, and during this time, children can learn new skills and information. During childhood, the first set of teeth, sometimes known as primary teeth, baby teeth, or milk teeth, start to become wobbly and fall out one by one. This is perfectly natural and nothing to worry about. The first teeth are being pushed out of the way by the new set of permanent teeth growing below them. By the age of 12 or 13, most children will have lost their baby teeth and gained a new set of 32 permanent teeth. These permanent teeth do not get replaced and need to last for the rest of your life. They need to be looked after carefully with regular brushing and visits to the dentist. Childhood is also a social time when some children begin to take their first steps away from their family or carers towards a wider group of friends. At this time, children can start to develop their own likes and dislikes. They want to make more independent choices. They may start to choose the clothes they want to wear or what music they want to listen to. Adolescence. Adolescents are sometimes called teenagers. This stage lasts from about 12 years old to 24 years old. Adolescence doesn't start at the same time for everyone. During adolescence, boys and girls can undergo many changes as they move from being a child to being an adult. These changes are called puberty. The following changes may take place for girls and boys during puberty. They grow taller. All parts of their body grow. Their skin becomes oilier, which can sometimes cause acne. The hair on their arms and legs grows darker. They grow pubic hair. They grow hair under their armpits. They produce more sweat. Some extra changes take place for most girls during puberty. They grow breasts. they start to menstruate, also known as having periods. The following changes may take place for boys during puberty. They become more muscular. They grow facial hair. They grow hair on their chest. Their scrotum, testes and penis develop. Their larynx or voice box grows, and they develop an Adam's apple in their throat. This can be a confusing time for many adolescents, and their changing hormones may cause mood swings. Early adulthood. This stage of development takes place from the ages of 25 to 39. During early adulthood, most humans are able to take care of their physical needs completely independently. The human body is at its peak of fitness and strength. Many people in early adulthood have the time and energy to exercise and try new hobbies and sports. Every person is physically different. Some men find that their facial hair grows quickly. They may choose to grow a moustache or a beard. Some people in early adulthood will already be experiencing some hair loss or the development of grey hairs. This is a perfectly normal part of the aging process. Early adulthood is the age at which many humans choose to try and reproduce. Some people can't have children. Some choose to adopt or foster, or choose not to have any children at all. All families are different. Middle adulthood. This stage of development takes place between 40 and 59 years of age. During this time of life, the aging process begins to speed up and physical changes in the body can sometimes be seen. Some people may find that their hair becomes greyer, or they may experience hair loss. Their skin becomes less elastic, and wrinkles may start to appear, particularly around the eyes and mouth. These wrinkles are sometimes called laughter lines. Can you think why? In middle adulthood, some people find that their hearing or vision begins to deteriorate. They may begin to need to wear glasses or perhaps hearing aids. Whilst most people in middle adulthood are still fit and active, some people notice that their joints are a little bit stiffer and they're not quite as strong as they once were. The ability to reproduce declines with age for both males and females. Women usually experience menopause in their 40s or 50s. This is the process by which they no longer produce eggs. During the menopause, women's hormones are changing, and this can affect how they feel physically and mentally. While some women don't notice any changes, others report feeling much hotter than usual, and some can experience changes in their moods. Can you think of another stage in the human life cycle where changes in hormones can cause changes in mood? Late adulthood. This is the last stage of human development and takes place after the age of 60. There is no physical growth, although the brain can still learn and develop. In late adulthood, people can still learn new things and enjoy new experiences. In this stage, the body declines in fitness and health, and older people can become physically more fragile. This can sometimes result in increased dependency on others to care for them. Older people can still enjoy an active lifestyle. The oldest marathon runner was 101 years old. Changes in hormones and cell growth can result in the appearance of wrinkled skin, loss of teeth or hair, and weaker bones. But each person will experience different physical changes. In late adulthood, it's important that people still try to exercise and eat a healthy diet to maintain fitness. As we age, our cells don't regenerate as quickly, and this can affect how well our organs function. it also means that our immune system is weaker and less able to fight disease. The end of the human life cycle is when a human dies. The age at which this happens can vary.